You might have come across the word buy and flip. I use that in a lot of my videos. Buy and flip, buy and flip, buy and flip, buy and flip. And you really don't understand how it works, how you can start, how you can invest in buy and flip, and how the return on investment on buy and flip works. So I'm doing a full comprehensive video on how to invest in buy and flip real estate in Lagos, and I'll share tips, guide and advice on the locations, the return on investment, the pros and cons of buy and flip real estate in Lagos. So in case you are coming across a video like this for the first time, this meet the property channel, and this way we discuss everything real estate for investors, first time investors, avid investors, even beginners who just want to start investing in real estate, and those that are not yet ready to invest but they want to learn as much about the market, how the real estate market here works before they are ready to start investing. We share tips, guide and advice for you. The locations in Lagos, the returns on investment in Lagos, the risk attached to investing in real estate in Lagos, the titles that you must understand, the terms, clauses that you must understand. We share everything here, so you don't want to miss any of our videos for anything. So after watching this particular video, I also suggest you go and watch our property investor series playlist. So there are a lot of videos and episodes we have in that playlist strictly for property investments, and mostly in Lagos, where you can learn as much about land banking, locations, different locations versus each other, and where best fits whatever that you are trying to achieve with your real estate investment. So let's go into the topic, how to invest in buy and flip real estate here in Lagos. So buy and flip real estate is basically you are investing for you to buy, hold and resell. You don't plan to stay there, you don't plan to rent it out too or do any short lets. You just want to buy, hold, and based on how the market changes, very important, based on how the market changes, you resell. So you want to continue turning over cash as long as possible to keep growing your money, because we already know we have a high inflation rate here in Nigeria. So you just have 50 million and your 50 million is there 1 year, it's depreciating. Your 50 million, you have it and it's saved to one bank, or you just have it one place, it's depreciating. What you can buy with that 50 million in 2019 is not the same with what you can buy with that 50 million in 2022. So but buy and flip give you an edge over inflation, because instead of that money to just be somewhere, that money is into a real estate investment, and once the market changes, you cash out and turn over, and that money that you have put there is not the same again. You put 50 million into a project in 2019, in 2022 that project have gone up to like 75 million, 78 million. You flip, now you already have like 23 million naira extra on that 50 million naira that you invested. So that 50 million naira in 2019, at least because of the profit you have made on it, you have ensured that you still retain the value of that money and even still make profit on it too. So that's just the best advantage of buy and flip. So you have this fund that you want to keep playing around as much as possible, because you want to continue turning over it to ensure that that money still retain its original value. So that's buy and flip. We have a lot of investors that their primary real estate investment are just buy and flip. Chevron Drive, Orchid, Ologolo, Agungi. They just go into these locations, buy 3-4 duplexes. After 1 year, after 15 months, bring it back into the market, resell, cash out and put into another location. That's how they keep turning over that cash to ensure that that money is retaining their value. So it doesn't even matter that you really want to invest in real estate because you really want to make money, but it might be that you want to use that money for a particular purpose in 2 years time, in 3 years time. So just that money will not be idle, you put it on an investment, a buy and flip investment, and in a matter of time you flip it so that you can now use that money for whatever purpose that you want to use it for. So it makes sense. I won't really call it short term because for every real estate investment you must also always be looking long term. But buy and flip give you the opportunity to always make projection for 12 months, make projection for 18 months. But warning, Despite you can make projections for 12 months or 18 months for you to flip, real estate is still a solid asset. So you can buy and truly put it in the market in 12 months, and within 2 weeks or 3 weeks it's sold. You can buy and within 18 months to put it back in the market, within 1 week or 2 weeks it is sold. But at the same time, you can buy and within 12 months, 18 months you put it in the market, 2 months, 3 months after it's still in the market. Please, you need to have that in mind. It's part of the part and parcel of buy and flip. It's a solid asset. Now let's look at the opportunities and the locations for buy and flip. Now, buy and flip works best in locations where there is an existing demand, existing market for real estate, which means that people are already buying these places to stay, people are already buying these places to rent out, people are already going to these places to also take houses for rent, and also people are already doing businesses in this location. I just give some examples: Chevron Drive, Orchid, Ologolo, Agungi, even Aja around Thomas Estates, Lekki Palm City, which is at the road. You can do buy and flip in all these locations. Now, let me give you an example. Around 2019, a 4-bed terrace duplex in Orchid was selling for 38, 39, 40 million for a 4-bed terrace duplexes. As at 2022, right now, a 4-bed terrace duplex in Orchid right now is 60, 65 million. Now, even though people that bought it at 39, 38 million, they can't sell, they might not want to sell at 65 million because those ones at 65 million are like more modern, more new, but they can still comfortably sell at 58 million or even at 55 million. So you can see. Now, some off-plan projects also work the same. The Urban Prime by Landway, the 3-bed duplex on off-plan was 53 million. The same 3-bed duplex right now at Urban Prime 2 is 80 million. Can you see the difference? 53 to 80 million. So buy and flip works well in these locations where there is an already existing demand. You don't have to do much. All you have to do is just buy, hold, and follow the market. Now, let's go into how to follow the market and understand the market for buy and flip. Now, understanding the market for buy and flip is very, very important. Understanding the market starts with the location you want to invest for buy and flip. There are some locations here in Lagos that you can invest for buy and flip, and the price can double. The price can double. And there are some locations where you can invest for buy and flip, you can only get 10 to 20% return on investment. Now, that 10 to 20% may look small in percent, but these are properties of like 150, 180 million. So 10% to 20% is still basically between 80 to 36 million is what you are making. Now, so you don't have to understand the locations, the appreciation, and also how that appreciation rate is equivalent in terms of percentage and also in terms of value. Now, you also need to understand the holding process, when you have to hold and when it is ready to flip. Particularly if you are investing in off-plan for buy and flip, you can't sell if the company have not sold out. There are a lot of people that invest with Victoria Crest homes just for buy and flip. They wait. Victoria Crest launch a new location, they buy 60 million, 65 million, they buy. They wait. 1 year, 15 months, the company have delivered the houses, they have sold out the houses, then they can make their own back into the market, 75 million, 80 million, they sell, cash out, and they move to another location. Turn over that money again. So if you are investing in off plan for buy and flip, you must always understand that you must hold that property as long as the company are still selling. You hold. Even if they are fully delivered and they are still selling, you still hold. Because the advantage for the key thing about the return on investment that you want to make is that there is no competition for what you want to sell. You know, you bought when it was just water or when it was just sand filling. But now the estate is now houses, there are spaces that have been tenanted where people have occupied, there is interlock, there is road, there is fantastic amenities now. People love the estate, people want to buy. and the company are not selling again, then you can flip, cash out and move to another location. So that's it for off plan. Now, but it's not really only off plan that you can buy for buy and flip. You can also invest in ready built houses for buy and flip. Yes, there are always some off the market sales that usually maybe property in that location is 75 million and one person just want to sell, a developer want to sell at 70 million because he has maybe 3 other projects that he's doing and just want to raise funds for those other projects. So you can buy at 70 million. Then look at how the market change in the next 1 year, or look at how the market change in the next 6 months, then bring back your property into the market. Because one thing about these houses is, if a particular street there are 4 new houses there and you buy all the 4 new houses, just for an example, you bought all the 4 new houses, in 6 months time people will be interested in that location and there's no new house there because you have bought all the new houses in that location. So they don't have a choice than to come to you and buy from you and buy at your own price, because they still want that location, and this time you have already bought everything that is new in that location. That's what some investors do. Some investors don't even buy and flip 1 unit, 2 units. They clear off everything because they don't want anyone that's going to want to sell at lesser the price that they might want to sell in 6 months or in 1 year time. They clear it off, no competition. So when they bring their own back into the market, you guys don't have a choice than to buy, because that's the only thing available. It's real estate, it's real estate investments. That's the only thing available. They don't have a choice. As long as they want that street, as long as they want that estate, all the new houses there, you have bought it. So they don't have a choice than to buy from you at your own rate, because there's no competition in that location for you again. So these are just opportunities available in buy and flip. So buy and flip usually is 6 months to turn over, 12 months to turn over, 18 months to turn over, 24 months to turn over, or even depending, maybe 3 years to turn over. Yeah, there are some high rises. There are some high rises in currently being development in Oniru, being development in Victoria Island, being development in Lekki Phase 1. It's going to take these companies around like 2 years to finish this project. But trust me, if you can invest in any of these high rises, some are even 120 million, some are 100 million, some are 80 million, some are 90 million for these high rises, maybe 2-bed maisonette, 2-bed flat, 3-bed flat. By the time these places are delivered in 2 years, trust me, you are making nothing less than 50 million return on investment. Because the cost of construction in 2 years would have forced the company to increase the price like 15 times. So by the time it's delivered, they have sold out, and you are putting your unit back into the market. It's crazy return. The Lucrezia by Sugimoto at some point was selling at 350 million, 450 million. Right now, at almost completion, I think that house is like maybe 1.2 billion or 1.5 billion. You can see the difference, and some people bought at off plan at that rate. So some of these high rises in very, very premium locations, Oniru, Victoria Island, Lekki Phase 1, where the high rise projects can cost like 2 years, can take like 2 years, can take like 3 years for delivery, is risky. Let me tell you, it's risky too. Every form of investment is risky, basically. Every form of investment is risky. But because there's also a high risk attached to it, there's also a high expected return attached to it too. Don't put that 100 million or 120 million on that project. In 2 years' time, trust me, that project is 180, 200 million. It can even be 220 million. That's just how those high-rise projects in those locations work. Oniru, Victoria Island, Lekki Phase 1, Ikoyi. High-rise project in that places for off-plan men is a good. It's a good. The risks are there, definitely, but it's really a good. It's really good in those locations. So these are just like the opportunities for buy and flip. So each of these locations, the strategy for buy and flip in this location, it all differs. How you are going to invest in buy and flip in Thomas Estate in Aja is different from how you are going to invest in buy and flip in Banana Island. How you are going to invest in buy and flip in Oniru, Victoria Island is different from how you are going to invest in buy and flip in Songotedo or in Ibrahim Adesanya. But all these locations still have advantages for buy and flip. I can give you 3-4 different projects for buy and flip in each of these locations: Oniru, Lekki Phase 1, Ikate, Chevron Drive, Orchid, Ibamadesonya, Thomas Estate, Adoro, Songote Edo, Abijo GRA. I can give you three different buy and flip options in each of these locations, and you don't have to hold for long as you understand how the market works. So for people that don't want to invest in real estate for land banking, they feel like land banking is just too long, buy and flip is another fantastic opportunity where you can keep turning over your cash as much as you can. There are some people, they earn in dollars, they earn in pounds. When they convert this money to naira, they don't want the inflation to eat up into these funds as much as they don't want to. Putting this money into buy and flip investment is very fantastic, because you can always turn over that cash till when is enough for whatever you want to use it for. So these are how you can invest for buy and flip. These are the opportunities invest in buy and flip. But remember my warning, that you want to flip in 6 months time, you want to flip in 12 months time, you want to flip in 18 months time, you must always understand real estate is a solid asset. You can sell fast, you can sell slow. You just have to understand the waiting game. So for anyone that is interested in buy and flip, want to see the opportunities available in buy and flip, I want to look at what we have in our portfolio in any of these locations. Is Abijo GRA, is Ibamadesonya you want to do buy and flip, is Songote you want to do buy and flip, is Orchid you want to do buy and flip, Chevron, Ologolo, Osapa, Ikate, Lekki Phase 1 that you want to do buy and flip. There are so many options in our portfolio that I can advise you, tell you the duration you have to wait, the duration you have to flip, and also the return on investment you are likely to make on any of these locations. So, assuming you're my own property on the planet, your property advisor, your property consultant, I hope you've learned a lot. This video have opened your mind, opened a lot of opportunities that are available in the real estate industry to you, as we always do. Our job, our role is to share the opportunities with you, and also to try as much as possible to guide you on the risks and challenges attached to these opportunities, to ensure that you don't lose money, but instead you make profits. So you can drop your comments, you can reach out to me on WhatsApp if you have any questions, any feedback, or any inquiries regarding buy and flip real estate in Lagos, and I'll try as much as possible to guide and advise you on it. Thanks once again, and see you next time.